diagram. This is a line diagram. So from the line diagram, we need to first know, equivalent gates and the shaft into the our usual gate train system. So here, if you see, this is the shaft here. Under this, if something is there, that means it's a mounted on the shaft. Okay, and whenever two gears are represented like this, these are mating at this point, and here also these are mating, but here this is going like this. So whenever two gears are going like this, that means it's a externally mating, externally engaged. But whereas here it's internally engaged, it's coming like this, it's internally engaged one. And this is the end of this gear here, gear 4. And this gear 3 is from here to here, and gear 2 is here to here. And this is the not gear, some arm is mounted on the shaft that is connecting 3 and 4. And if you observe, gear 3 and 4 having the same shaft, and 3 and 4 are connected to the same thing. That means 3 and 4 are compound gears here. And first of all, I would like to draw the diagram, equivalent diagram here. So that is stop. So this is the equivalent diagram. So this gear 2 is this one, and 3, and 3 and 4 are compound gears, this shaft attached to the shaft. And this is the arm is going like this, and it's mounted on the shaft joining the gear 3 and 4. And this is the 5 is the internal gear. So this 5 is like this here. So here it's also given that N2 is given 20, and 324, here 32 and 80. So, and angular velocity of the arm also given, and angular velocity of gear 2 also given. Then we need to find out angular velocity of the internal gear. So for that we need to draw the table. So here in this table, first we'll consider arm A, and then gear 2 here. So gear 2 is making one revolution. Then this is the NA, and this is N2, N3 or N4, because these two are same. These rotating at the same angular velocity, and this is the N5 here. So this is 1, and what is the value of this one? Minus you know t2 by t3. T2 is 20, t3 is 24. So it's a 20 by 24. So that value is minus 5 by 6. So 5 by 6, this one. And what is the value of this one? This is the you know t4 by t5 into this value. So what is the T4 by T5? That is 32 by 80. Again here these two are internally engaged, so that it's a positive here. So it's a positive, and here we are multiplying with the negative. So if I write here, so N5 by N4 equal to internally engaged, so it's a positive value. So T4 by T3, so 32 by 80. But N4 is the negative value from this one, So if I multiply this one, overall we get a negative value, and by simplification we will get minus 1 by 3 here. And here gear 2 is making x revolutions, rotations, then simply multiplication, then it becomes like this. And now we'll take arm A is making y revolutions. So simply it's a addition. So this is the final one. And here y minus x by 3. Now we'll see here N2 equal to 100. N2 equal to 100, that is in the clockwise direction. So we are taking clockwise direction as a positive here. So what is the N2 here? That equal to x plus y. And N arm is given 80 in the counterclockwise direction. So N arm equal to y equal to minus 80, because this is the counterclockwise direction. So since we have taken N2 as a clockwise, then if you if this is the counterclockwise, then this is the negative value. And from these two equations, x equal to 180 rpm, and we need to find out the n5 here. So what is the value of n5? N5 equal to y minus x by 3. So what is the value of y? That is minus 80 into minus x by 3, that is again 60. So it will become minus 140. So when you get minus negative, then it means it's a counterclockwise direction. So what is the value here? This is the C. This question is asked in 1999 for 5 marks. Here also line diagram of the gain train is given. So if I draw this one, actual diagram, then it will see this is a 1, this is the internal gear 1, and 3 is the arm here. So here planet carrier 3 is the arm, and we have only gear 2 here in between. So if I draw this one, so internal gear is like this ring gear, and we have you know um, gear like this inside. This is the gear 1 and this is the gear 2, and here the arm is attached. Arm 3 is attached like this. This is the 3 here. So this is given here, and internal gear is 104. Teeth of this one is 104, and then here it's also given that internal gear is 1 and is held fixed. So n1 equal to 0, rotation of the internal gear, and the planet gear 2 has a 96. This has a 96 teeth. So how much does the planet gear rotates for 60 revolution of the carrier in the clockwise direction? So it's a given that carrier n3 equal to 60 revolutions in the clockwise direction. So clockwise direction. So again the same procedure. Arm is 3 and the gear is 2. So that here n3 and n2, here this is the n1. So this is the 0, this is the 1, and what is this value? These two are engaging internally. So here we get a positive value, and here n1 by n2 equal to T2 by T1. What is the T2 here? T2 is 96, T1 is 104. So it's a 96 by 104. And if I make 2 as a x-ray rotation, then it's a simple multiplication of this one. So this is again 96 by 104 into x, and arm is revolving. Arm 3 is revolving, then y revolution, then it's a simply addition. Then this is the final table here, and it's a given that n1 is 0. So x plus y here, n1 is x plus y. Sorry, n1 is 0. This is a y plus 96 x by 104 equal to 0 here. So from this we can find out relation between x and y, and here n3 is nothing but y. So now we need to find out the how much planet gear. So n2 we need to find out. So what is the value of n2? N2 equal to simply x plus y. So if I substitute x value from this one, then it will become minus 104 by 96 plus 1 into y. So from this it will become minus 8 by 96 into 60, then we will get minus 5 rpm. So here I got minus value. Here I have taken a positive value, and when I took the positive value, this orientation is clockwise direction, but here I got the negative value. That means this orientation is the opposite of that clockwise. That's a counterclockwise direction. So n2 is making 5 rotations in the counterclockwise direction.